Hey guys, today we are going to graph linear equations. You've already done this a little bit before, just plugging in inputs and then figuring out the outputs and then plotting those points. But I'm actually going to give you the equation today, and you're actually able to graph it from that equation, and it's a lot more simple than the input-output thing. So I'm going to show you a few examples, and then you're going to practice on your own today. So we are going to start by graphing the equation y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2. So this tells you two things. It tells you your y-intercept, which is 2, and then it also tells you your slope, which is negative 1/3. So you're actually going to use those two things in order to graph your lines. So the first thing you want to do is you want to plot your y-intercept. So you want to think this is the point where the line is going to go through the y-axis. So it goes through at positive 2. So you can actually just plot a point right at positive 2. I do have these dots here on the Google Slides that I will move over in the student notes, and that's how you're also going to do it in your Google Slides that you're going to turn in. But I'm just drawing on it so to make it easier for me. So then after you plot your y-intercept, that's when you want to use your slope. So do not forget that slope is rise over run. So if my slope is negative 1/3, I always give the negative to the top just because it keeps it easy and consistent. So my rise is negative 1. So negative, if I'm going to go up or down for my rise, a negative is obviously going down. So from my first y-intercept point, I'm going to go down 1. And then the run is 3, so that's a positive 3. So that's going to be to the right. So I'm going to go to the right, 1, 2, 3. And that's where you plot your new point. And from there, you can actually draw a line that connects these on your Google Slides. It's going to be prettier than mine because I'm just throwing it on there. So there is your line for y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2. Okay, let's do a couple more. So the equation is y equals 2x minus 3. So always start with your y-intercept. It's the easiest point to start at. So where does it hit the y-axis? Hits it at negative 3. So plot your point at negative 3. And then from here, we're going to use your slope. So if you see up here, our slope is just 2. So we need a rise and a run. So you always need to put it over 1 to make it a fraction. So my rise is 2. So from this point, it's a positive 2. So I know I'm going to go up 1, 2. And then my run is 1. Since it's positive, I'm going to go to the right and plot my point. And then from here, I'm going to, and if you want, like if you're not seeing how the line goes, you can actually keep going with this. This is where it's neat. So if I know my slope is 2 over 1, I can keep going. So up 2 over 1, plot a point. Up 2 over 1, plot a point. Up 2 over 1, plot a point. And if you notice, all of those make a line. So I can keep going with all of those slopes to create a super long line and multiple points on that line. You don't have to. I just wanted to show you that. But so there's your equation for y equals 2x minus 3. So let's do negative 3x plus 3. So I want to start with my y-intercept, which is positive 3. So I'm going to put a point at positive 3. And then from here, I'm going to use my slope. So I know my slope is negative 3. I need to change that to a rise over run. So I'm going to do negative 3 over 1. Okay, so my rise is negative 3. Negative's going to be down. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. And then my run is 1. And I'm going to go to the right, 1. And I'm going to plot my point. And then you're going to draw a nice, lovely line through those points. Okay. One thing to keep in mind when you do this to make sure that you are doing it right, you always want to make sure you double check that your slope is correct, if it's positive or negative. So if you look, my slope is -3, so the line should be going down left to right, which perfect, my graph is. So that's always a good check to do at the end if you're the perfectionist like me, to make sure you're doing it right. I think I have 3 more examples for you. So plot your y-intercept first. Y-intercept is 2. So my slope, keep that, rise over run, is 1/2. So the rise is going to be up 1. And then my run is right 2. Plot a point. And then from there, I can draw my lovely line. So y equals 2/3 x minus 3. So start with your y-intercept. It's -3. And then rise over run for my slope. So my rise is 2. So I'm going to go up 2. And then I want to go right 3. Plot a point. So your line should look somewhat like that. And one more. Let's do, I don't like red. Let's do fun orange. Y equals -4/5 x plus 3. So start with your y-intercept. So +3 gets a point. And then you want to do rise over run. -4 over 5. And remember, you can give the negative to either. I would like to keep it on the top because I think it's easier. So my rise is -4, so that means I'm going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my run is 5, so I want to go to the right 5. And plot a point. And then make a fun line through those points. And there you go. There you have it. Let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, you're going to practice them on your own. You're just going to be moving dots. I'll put a video up just to show you what you're going to do for the directions. Other than that, if you don't have any questions, I guess I will just talk to you tomorrow.